Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Monu and in this video I am going to give you a short overview about next exam, that is National Exit Test. The abbreviations that I am going to use in this video are NMC, which stands for National Medical Commission, and MCI, which stands for Medical Council of India. Now Medical Council of India was cancelled few years back, and now the board that conducts FMG examination is NBE, National Board of Examination. So there is no more MCI in India. It is NBE that is conducting FMG examination right now. So next exam I'll give you a short preview about the history first, and then we'll get back to the original program here. So next examination was proposed by Government of India as a licensed state medical examination, which will constitute the final year of MBBS program in India. They wish to replace the final year examination with next exam. The purpose of this examination was to make a more sophisticated one single exam and to only get knowledgeable doctors in India. In 2018 February, first amendment to NMC bill was made. In January 2019, the National Medical Commission bill came, and they stated that this will also serve the purpose of foreign medical graduate examination, that is FMG examination. In 2020, before 2020, they were thinking about this act only for MBBS student, but in 2020, same procedure for dentist they are thinking. When it will get started, it is yet to be finalized by the Government of India, but they have given us an year which is 2022. So it will probably start from 2022 January. The main purpose is to unify all the medical exams, that is AIIMS, JIPMER, NEET, PG, FMG, all of those exams together, plus setting a uniform standard for Indian medicine system. It will replace, this is to replace not MCI board, but NBE board. To replace NBE board by NMC board, National Board of Examination, which is right now by NMC board, National Medical Council. So it is basically to unify and to maintain like a similar level for foreign graduates as well as Indian graduates. The important points: there will be no cap on number of attempts, that is there are unlimited number of attempts. You can give it as many times as you wish. Next will grant the license to practice as medical practitioner and to enroll in state register. I'll explain this point in a while. The exam will be conducted in English plus some other languages. English for sure, plus if there would be like some other languages that they can conduct it in. They're still thinking about all of this. Next will become operational within 3 years from the date on which Act came into force. Okay, as I told, Act came in force in January 2019. So they are going to start within 3 years, that is by the starting of 2022. And this will be appointed by the central government. The dates will be appointed by the central government of India. Exam for PG will also be conducted by NMC, and they will only do the counseling after PG. If you haven't understood any of these points, hold on, please stay tuned in the video. I'll explain very shortly. Now the FAQs. What if I pass MBBS already and want to get PG seat after next exam? Let's say you have passed your MBBS in 2016, 17, 18, 19, any year before now, and you want to get a PG seat after next exam. So you'll give next one, whatever score you will get, it will be valid for 2 to 3 years. Within those 2 to 3 years, you will write next two. Both writing after next one and next two, you will get a PG seat. What if I fail the exam? If you once fail the exam, you can only give it next year. The exam will be conducted once per year. So if you fail this year, you will give it next year. But you can't start your internship. Okay, hold on. I'll explain this point now. Here comes the main part of the video that most of the people were confused about. So the next exam will come in 2 parts. The first part, that is next one. If you fail part 1, you won't get any internship. So this is the main exam to get your internship. This will be an online MCQ exam. It will be a very overwhelming exam, which is 3-day long exam. There will be day 1, day 2, day 3. On the day 1, you will be tested on internal medicine plus elite subjects. Now in elite subjects, either ortho, radio, psychiatry or anesthesia. 2 out of these 4 subjects with medicine. Total of 120 MCQs. This will be pre-lunch. You'll go write this examination for, let's say, medicine, ortho and radio, 120 MCQs. And then you'll get the lunch break. After lunch break, it will be a shorter exam which will be of pediatrics. That will be 60 questions. So pre-lunch 3 hours, 120 MCQs in 3 hours, and 60 MCQ, that is post-lunch, in 1.5 hours. Day 2 will be surgery, 120 questions, surgery plus 2 of these, psychiatry and anesthesiology, plus ENT post lunch, 60 MCQs. So similar to the day 1, but the subjects will be different. On the third day, obs and gyna plus embryology, 120 questions, and then optha, 60 questions. So let's count the total number of questions for day 1, 2, 3. This all 3-day exam will be just for part 1. Total number of questions will be 540 questions. An hour in total will be 13.5 hours. Right now the NEET PG exam is only a 1-day exam, but if it gets replaced by next one, it will be a very long procedure, and we are not used to writing such examinations. Out of these 120 plus 60 questions, this plus 10% of applied basic science. Now applied basic science means the subjects that were there in the first and second year. That is anatomy, physiology, pathology, all those subjects you can't see here, but those one-liner questions won't come. It will be more of a clinical examination. So applied, that's why they use the word applied. So they'll apply, like, let's say physiology or pathophysiology or pharmacology, clinical questions. That will form the 10% of the question paper. Then 10% public and preventive measures, that is PSM. Now if you go over the subjects, there will be the main subjects that will be medicine, surgery, gyna, peds, ENT, PSM, and the smaller subjects, the minor clinical subjects. So all of the exam is mainly about clinical subjects. For the people who are studying abroad, the subjects that are there from 4th to 6th year, those subjects will be tested. The pattern will be, out of let's say 120 plus 60, 180 questions, 60% will be problem solving. Problem solving means, I'll give you an example. Right now, the FMG examination, sometimes they ask you one-liner questions, like cram questions. What is the most common cause of epiglottitis, or what is the most common cause of acute pancreatitis? Those type of questions won't be there. They are trying to remove this cramming system from Indian education, and they are going to apply it on the basis of clinical questions. So the clinical questions will be there. They are not going to ask you what is the most common antiarrhythmic drug used. Instead, they are going to give you a clinical case, and that you will be solving. So 60% questions will be problem solving, 30% comprehension or analysis, and 10% recall. Recall means the cram questions. So cramming will only form 10% of the question. Right now, the FMG exam that was conducted in, let's say, December 2019 or June 2019, they emphasize on this part. Most of the MCI exam, like most of the FMG exam, was about recall, at least 30 to 40%. But they are trying to minimize the cramming part, and they are trying to use the analytical skills of the doctor. They want to test your clinical skills. Second point, question length would be longer. If you want to get an idea, go and check the UWorld questions. Although they are difficult, but you will get the idea. Like, the questions will be in the form of paragraph, and you need to analyze the question, you need to think of a disease, then go for a treatment plan. That sort of questions are expected. Also, the time given for the questions are more as compared to the questions. Usually in NEET PG you get about 1 minute per question. Here the time is more. So 120 questions in 3 hours. That's a lot of time. So that's why the question will be longer. Now, as of now, the MBBS final passing percentage is 50 years. So we are expecting that you will need to score at least 50% in the next one examination. And 50% in MCQ exam is a hard deal. Like, for right now, FMG needs to get 150 out of 300, and it becomes very difficult to get 150 also. So if next one comes and the passing percentage will be at least 50%, it is going to be a tough examination. After you have cleared your next one examination, you can apply for your internship. Once you have, okay, since they haven't told us about the passing percentage yet, it is just pre-assumed by all the teachers that are there, or the professors that are teaching right now. But if part 1, okay, they haven't told us about the passing percentage, but yeah, you need to score as much as possible, because this will be the exam that will be deciding your 2 factors. First, internship, and second, your PG seat. So the higher you score, the higher chances of you getting a PG seat. I'll give you an example of foreign medical graduate. Let's say you are passing your MBBS in 2022. You will come back to India, write next one examination. If you pass it, you'll get a score which will help you get a PG seat and you will start your internship. After finishing your internship, you will write part 2 examination, which is practical exam, that is face-to-face or clinical or hands-on examination. You'll be given a patient and you'll be asked a clinical question. It will be a pass and fail exam. You are not going to get any score. It will be either pass or either fail. It will be a licensing exam. Licensing, I should say, permanent license exam. After you have cleared your part 2, you will get a PG seat. But the score for PG seat will come from next one. Next one will decide your PG branch, PG seat and everything about it. The part 2 will be an easier examination and it will be just a pass or fail exam. There is no clarity that if you once passed an exam, if you can retake it again to improve your score. Let's say you passed next one and you got, the questions will be 540. Let's say you got 300 and you are not getting your expected PG seat and you want to retake it. They still haven't mentioned anything about it, so there is still no clarity about that. We'll wait for that information and I'll add it in the video if we get something. The strategy now, since we don't know anything about these examination and the resources and everything, but one thing which is clear is that you cannot assume the type of questions from previous NEET year papers. The previous NEET year papers are more one-liners or more non-clinical based. But this exam will be all about clinical examination. You can see the pattern is a bit similar to USMLE examination. The duration of the exam is longer. The second exam is almost pass or fail exam. So form concepts from textbook. This will be the strategy. Try as many clinical questions as you can. Focus more on clinical postings. Now your MBBS first 1 to 3 years. I'm talking about the foreign graduates here, and then 4 to 6 years. What you are doing during this 4 to 6th year will mark an important impact on your next examination. Third is don't look for past NEET papers. Now past NEET papers and past FMG papers are all about non-clinical subjects plus few part of the clinical, but they are not going to be as similar as this coming examination. The fourth is understand pathophysiology of the disease. This is what I mean by the clinical. You should be very good at physiology and pathophysiology to understand the concept. Like to just give you an overview here. Let's say you have passed part 1 and you have passed part 2. After passing part 1, you will get your internship, plus the score will be useful to get a PG seat. Then you did your internship here in between, and then you wrote part 2. You pass this examination also, so you'll get a PG seat plus internship both. Internship first and then PG seat. Let's say you passed the part 1 but you failed part 2. So if you have passed part 1, you'll get internship for sure, but you won't get any PG seat unless you clear part 2. If you fail part 1 also, if you didn't clear the first part only, you can't go for internship. You will wait for 1 more year, apply it again, and then you'll clear this examination and then write the internship. So these were the FAQs that I got on the Instagram. I'll try to answer each of them right now. First was same preparation pattern enough for next as of NEET PG. No, the same pattern is not enough. NEET PG right now is very, very different from what next is expected to be. So you can't follow the same pattern. The only thing that you can do right now is to prepare a mindset that the paper is going to test you on the clinical things. So focus more on that part. Please read the internal medicine, gynae, surgery thoroughly and try to apply those questions. Second is, if you want to do PG in India, we have to give next first and then NEET PG. Okay, if the next examination will come, NEET PG won't be there. So I hope the question doesn't I hope the answer makes sense. You won't need the NEET PG won't be in existence if next come. It will only decide your PG, internship and everything. Right now, next one is there, then internship, and then next 2. This is after next 2 you get a PG seat, plus you get your permanent license. Now they are thinking to put next 3, next 4 also, like for super specialization and all that stuff, but that is for now. The third question is how to start preparing. Please put more pressure onto clinical questions. Like there are few books, there are few apps, like you can try questions from Prep PG app, from Marrow app, and like I'll tell you my experience from FMG examination. During the preparation of 4 to 6 months of that exam, we were just cramming everything. We were cramming anatomy, biochemistry, obs and gyna, but there were no clinical aspect to it. I hope you understand, like the exams that are being conducted right now are a lot different from what next is expected to be. The third is how to start, okay, done. Which month it will be conducted? Month we cannot tell as of now, but the year it will be from 2022. Month you can assume January or June. Since, okay, January only because at that time only NEET PG is being conducted right now. So from January 2022. Fifth is doing internship from India will be compulsory even after doing from Nepal. No, if you have done your MBBS from Nepal and you have done your internship as well, you won't need to repeat your internship. Sixth is subject-wise weightage. Subject-wise weightage, I told you all the clinical subjects and I gave you a short preview. Seventh, negative marking. I am expecting negative marking will be there. It's just my opinion because right now NEET PG also has negative marking and there is no way that this wouldn't be counted in the exam. Eighth is exam format is same as of NEET PG. No, it won't be. If you go and see the NEET PG 2020 paper, a lot of questions were one-liners, like straight questions, straightforward question. Ninth is how tough it will be. I am expecting, like I always tell, let's say FMG, I am putting 5 on 10, the difficulty level. The NEET PG is anywhere around 8 to 9 over 10, or I should give this a 4. This will be 8 to 9. Definitely next is going to be 10 on 10. Now this video is not to create a panic or anxiety in you guys, but this is what the Indian healthcare system is planning to come up with. They are going to get stricter and they are going to only let people practice, those who have sufficient knowledge, those who can put clinical practice in their practice during their journey. That's it for this video. I hope at least few queries were solved here. Now about some things like 2022 say hoga ya nahi, directly start, and all those type of questions, guys, I am not also sure. This is what the internet has to offer, this is what the website has to offer. So that is what I've understood until now about the next examination. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please watch, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching.